Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you how I made this crochet beanie. You'll need the wave beanie pattern, which I'll link down below. You'll also need some worsted weight yarn, a 5mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, and a tapestry needle. To begin row 1, make 46 chain stitches. Skip the first chain from your hook and make 10 single crochet. I'm working in the back loops of my chains. Make 5 slip stitches. Now I'm just doing 5 half double crochet. Work 5 slip stitches and then 5 half double crochet into the next 10 stitches. Now I'm working the last repeat of 5 slip stitches and 5 half double crochet. When you're done with this repeat, you should have 5 chains left. Make 5 slip stitches in the last 5 chains of your row. Chain 1 and turn to start row 2. From here on out, all of the stitches will be worked in the back loops only. Work 5 slip stitches in the back loops only. Now work 5 back loop only half double crochet, followed by 5 back loop only slip stitches. You'll want to repeat this step 3 times. Finish row 2 with 10 back loop only single crochet. Chain 1 and turn to start row 3. Make 10 back loop only single crochet. Now it's time to do another repeat. I'm doing 5 back loop only half double crochet followed by 5 back loop only slip stitches. And again, I'm just going to do this pattern 3 times. When I'm finished, I should have 5 chains left at the end of the row. And in those 5 chains, I'm just going to do 5 slip stitches. Okay, now that I've finished that repeat, I'm going to do 5 back loop only slip stitches. Then I'll chain 1 and turn to start row 4. Begin row 4 with 5 back loop only slip stitches. Now I'm going to do 5 back loop only slip stitches followed by 5 back loop only half double crochet. And again, I'm going to repeat these instructions 3 times. Once you finish up with the repeated instructions, you should have 10 stitches open at the end of your row. And in those 10 stitches, you want to do 10 back loop only single crochet, and then chain 1 and turn to start on row 5. Start row 5 with 10 back loop only single crochet. Work 5 back loop only slip stitches followed by 5 back loop only half double crochet for a total of 3 times. I'm going to be showing you row 5 a little bit more slowly than I did with previous rows because it's the last row of the hat that I'm going to show on camera. So I just want to make sure that you guys can see exactly how I was doing the stitches. This hat is actually worked up of rows 2 through 5 repeated for a total of 14 times. So it's really easy to get the stitches down and memorize the pattern once you kind of see what you're doing. So hopefully this makes sense. So after that last repeat, you're going to do 5 back loop only slip stitches. Now I'm going to be working rows 2 through 5 off camera. I'm going to do them 13 more times so that I have a total of 57 rows when I'm finished. Then I'll finish off and leave a long tail. Now that all 57 rows are finished, I'm joining both of the sides together. This is really easy with this pattern because as you can see, they kind of like interlock with each other, which is pretty cool. So you know exactly where to stitch. I'm just starting at the crown of my hat and working my way down. I don't pull it too tightly because I notice this makes the stitches kind of bunch up and look gathered, and I just keep a nice loose tension. I'm done joining the brim of the hat. I'll just be weaving in all of the yarn ends off camera. I don't want to bore you guys too much. Now I'm threading my tapestry needle at the crown of my hat, and I'm going to kind of cinch the crown so that it almost looks knitted. So I'm basically just threading my yarn through about an inch apart, so that it has a little bit of space to gather up. And then once I'm done stitching all the way around like this, I'll be pulling it really tightly, almost like a drawstring bag, and just double knotting it. When you gather up your yarn, it might look a little messy at first, but once you sort it, it kind of resembles like a flower at the top. And I just do 2 knots. And next comes a part that's a little bit tricky. So basically, you want to thread your needle underneath those top stitches and just keep going through and pulling your yarn through as you go. Again, I'll be sewing in my yarn ends off camera. You want to just pull your yarn tightly, then I'll be nearly complete. Now that everything's all sewn in, you can flip your hat inside out, well, right side out, so that the really textured side is facing you. I love big, colorful pom-poms, so I'll be adding one to this hat. To do this, I'm just going to take my crochet hook and pop it up through the inside of the hat, kind of getting to the center of the hat. It's a little difficult to find it, but once you do, you'll know. Then I pull down the yarn from the pom-pom and make sure that it's nice and tight and secure, and I do a double knot just to make sure that it's tight inside the hat. This way, if you're giving it as a gift, you can always remove the pom-pom. I included a special printable with the PDF pattern that you can get on Etsy for this hat, and it's these pretty floral labels that you can put on the hat or really any of your crochet work. I think they would fit on some boot cuffs or washcloths, things like that. And I just printed them out on some white cardstock, and I'm cutting them and adding some double-sided tape, which was a little bit fiddly. So you could always just use a stapler if you have one on hand. And then I just kind of wrap it around my hat, and I think it looks really cute. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.